This week, Americans will welcome arguably their most unique commander-in-chief. The Donald Trump administration is one of the most unpredictable factors facing the global economy. So to get a look ahead with an in-depth analysis, our Shin Se-min turned to a prominent economist. Here's our one-on-one with Allen Sinai.
We're still in the early stages of the year, given it's the first month of 2017, and already there are a handful of uncertainties lying ahead. One of them being Trumponomics, Donald Trump, who's a day away from his inauguration. And with it also comes trade protectionism. How likely do you think it's that we'd see protectionism measures coming out from Washington?
I think it's likely that we see some protectionist measures out of the new administration, more likely to be centered around countries like China, Mexico, than a country like South Korea. But no, this is not going to be an administration that is a free trader with everybody.
And China is also a major factor in this, given that Donald Trump has mentioned that he may label China as a currency manipulator. If so, what's the danger of a potential trade war erupting from that?
I think the odds are pretty good that the U.S. will label China as a currency manipulator, and that will invite some retaliatory measures by China. It doesn't really make sense to have broad-based protectionist measures on all countries that export to the U.S. However, the incoming administration is unpredictable on this. I think we'll know the answer to that question when we see what happens with the border tax proposal, which is a 35% tax on all items imported by the U.S. from all countries. It doesn't make economic sense.
And in terms of fiscal spending in the U.S., Donald Trump has also mentioned about rolling out massive infrastructure projects. If implemented, do you think it will bring about some of the effects that are already being desired?
The infrastructure spending, which is, we estimate, might end up $50 billion a year, sizable, is backed in the United States, both by Republicans and Democrats. The impact on the world economy of $50 billion a year in spending in the U.S. is very, very small. So I don't think other countries should look to that source of stimulus in the United States as helpful to their economies.
And in terms of monetary policy, many have projected that Federal Reserve may go ahead and forge with a faster than expected rate hike scenario. How would that challenge other central banks around the world, especially Korea, wants to maintain accommodative measures?
I think South Korea monetary policy will have to do what it has to do on its objectives, and inflation is very low in South Korea now. So an accommodative monetary policy is called for. And economic growth has been on the weak side. So no matter what we do in the United States, South Korean monetary policy, in my opinion, should be focused on South Korea. Now, I don't see any reason why South Korea should raise interest rates just because the U.S. does.
Because those are some of the trends that we've seen, not just in Korea, but in other central banks around the world. What about other economies? Do you project they would also raise rates based on U.S.'s rate hike?
No, not this year. Not this year. Outside the U.S., the major countries of the world are a long way from raising interest rates. That's Japan, that's the ECB and the Eurozone, certainly the United Kingdom, South Korea. I think it wouldn't be 2017, it would maybe 2018.